Oh wait, Tony, are you? Now I'm gonna ask that. Are you sure you're not gonna do a prenup?
No. My girl, here's the thing. This is how I know me and my girl will be together forever. And I'll tell you this right now. One, I am a very communicative person, and so is she. Anything that we're feeling, we can communicate. Two, I will never, ever, ever, ever cheat. I hate cheaters. I despise cheaters. I would never want to be one. That shit, like, if I have met creators that told me that they've cheat before I even know them. I'm like, oh, that's lame as fuck. I tell them to their face, that's lame as fuck. I've done it multiple times. I will never cheat. So infidelity will never be a thing. And my girl has already been with me when I was broke. Bro, she used to like give me gas money to go do my job. She did that and I was like, she's never going nowhere. When I get big, she's got the world. And we'll never break up.
Like I said, I want you and your girl to get buried together. I don't want you guys to break up. But here's what I'm saying though. People get divorced not only because of infidelity and not only because of communication. People can have great communication, no infidelity, and still get divorced, Tony.
I think that if you feel the need to sign a prenup, that is because somewhere in your heart, you think that you guys are going to separate. And if you think that about your spouse, you should not be with your spouse. The same way that when I was doing this comedy, right, there was no plan B. I was like, this is going to work because this is my passion. This is what I love. So when people would be like, well, if it doesn't work, what are you going to do? You know what I would tell them? It's going to work. The same way that I thought of anybody who has a plan B, bro, you know what I'm saying? You don't believe your shit going to work. So like, I would never sign a prenup because if I feel, if something in my head goes, you should probably sign a prenup. You should probably make sure that if y'all ever break up, your assets are protected. That means I'm not really for this girl.
Okay, Tony, I'm going to tell you this. Listen, you as an individual can change. Someone else can also change. Now, you may be feeling this way. There's no way in damn hell you can tell me how your girl is going to feel in a certain amount of time. You may think you know how she's going to feel, but you do not know how she's going.
But you made this. But like, here's the thing: the reason why I would never sign a prenup.
I have a question. If you have a son and he meets a girl and she's going to get married, are you going to tell your son not to have a prenup?
I would tell my son, if you feel the need to get a prenup with this girl, this is not the girl for you. Because I'm sitting over here with your mother. We've been together 30 odd years and never once did I think about getting a prenup. And you've lived a great life with both your parents. So if you feel that way about you and yours, don't be with her.
Tony, you're like, yo, bro, I can tell you're Tony, I cannot. That's okay. I mean,
like, what? Do you think I'm naive because I think of that?
I think, Tony, personally, I just think you don't know what's going to happen in life.
Here's the thing.
Anyone who thinks they know what's going to happen in life.
Here's the thing. Here's
a fool. Because
let me tell you this.
You never know Tony, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow versus 20 years.
Let me tell you this right here. I know this. I would never break up with my girl because I know she's the one for me. And I know that. And you may not believe that. You may be like blah, blah, whatever. But listen though.
Two people, Tony, you do not know what your girl, you can feel that way. You do not know what your spouse is thinking.
Mike, if you always feel this way if you are with somebody, you will never be with somebody forever. And no matter how young I am, I've been with my girl for 7 years. That's more than most people. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some people, my parents been married for 30 years. Like, yeah, I'm not saying but most people have not been in a long-term relationship. And I can tell you, I know why people break up. It's because they keep their options open. That is why.
Tony.
It's because people do not 100% commit to their loved one. That is why.
You are completely naive to relationships.
No. I'm not.
You are.
If I'm naive to relationships, you're naive to being in one.
Tony, if you're telling me you think people break up because they're not fully committed, you are so naive. People break up because they're in.
Obviously, people, like, bro, there could be abuse. There could be a multitude of things why someone would break up. Duh.
Okay, that's not what you just said.
Oh well, I mean, I feel like that is known. Like, obviously, like you could be committed to somebody, and it could be any reason why, like, oh, I love them, but they're not willing to stop drinking. I'm committed to them. I would never, I want to be with them forever, but they're damaging themselves and our family. Like, yeah, there's a crazy number of ways people break up. But like, we're not talking about that. We were talking about a prenup. We were talking about, oh, it's naive to think that you wouldn't need that. That's because you're keeping your options open.
No, I think not getting the prenup's insane in this day and age.
Because you're not committed to that person. Or you don't think that the person is committed to you.
You can't predict someone's behavior, Tony. You can never predict somebody's behavior.
Mike, here's the thing. If you think that there is doubt in your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. There's doubt for the person you lay your head with at night. And what I'm saying is there's no doubt in my heart. And here's the thing. You could be like, oh, but everybody can do this and everybody can do that. Yeah, they can. But I feel like if you believe that, then you're not with the one that you're going to be with forever.
Tony, here's the thing, what you need to believe. Everybody, dude, this is going to get deep for a second, but everybody is capable of doing everything, Tony. So you may think your spouse is not capable of cheating on you or doing something to you. Tony, you may believe that, but everybody is capable of doing anything, Tony. So when you get into that marriage, you may be like, I know who I am 100%. But the other person, Tony.
Mike, that just means you don't trust your spouse 100%. And if you don't, you should not marry them.
Tony, it's not about trusting someone 100%. It's people change. So your spouse may not be the same spouse you went into the initial relationship with, Tony.
Here's the thing. You're never going to have the same spouse throughout your whole relationship. That's not how people work. We're not robots. So duh. But when it comes to cheating.
No, totally. You're telling me people change. You don't think you can change into a situation where you're not in love with the person you married anymore? But you just said you can absolutely.
Yes, you can absolutely. That absolutely.
So what's going to happen when you got in a marriage with that person you did sign the prenup, Tony?
No, for me personally, there will never be a reason as to why I would fall out of love with my girl, and I believe that unequivocally for her end too, and that is why I believe we work and have worked for this long. And I think that if you are with somebody and you marry somebody, and your thought every single day is they could change on me, they could flip on me, they could cheat on me, they could fall out of love. Brother, that's a trust problem you got. No. I don't think it's naivety, if that's the word, naivete, whatever the fuck it is. It's like you just don't trust that person.
We're talking about all those bad. I'll tell you, someone can change without having any negative, and you just fall out of love with them. That doesn't have to be anything crazy that they did. You just wake up one morning, you look to the person next to you, and it's not there. That can happen. And
I don't think that can happen overnight.
And Tony, it won't happen overnight. You know what happens?
So then, if I was like, hey, then you should talk to your person.
Tony, it's not about.
But if that happens, right? Like, I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, but like, people do grow up and grow out of their emotions or whatever. But those are good breakups, and good breakups exist and good breakups happen. And usually with good breakups, especially if it's like a marriage thing and it ended well, it's not, they're not money hunting. You know what I'm saying? But what you're talking about,
now you're saying the divorce is going to be amicable.
What you were talking about is betrayal. You're talking about, what if my girl did? Like, you're like, somebody could cheat. You literally said anybody can do anything. That's because you don't trust them.
This is you. Now listen. Let's say you and your girl get married. Everything. Now, you in the future. Let's say you have a big YouTube. It's successful. You and your girl got married. When you guys are getting divorced, everything seems amicable. But if you guys get divorced, everything seems amicable. You get a letter and the thing from her lawyer, because it won't be from her. It's her lawyer. Her lawyer saying,
hold on. Pause. RDC just get the 50 subs to the channel.
A shout out to RDC, guys.
W's in the chat to RDC, man. Get the 50 to the channel. W's. Yeah, Mike, you're a moron.
Nah, Tony, you're naive, brother.
I don't think so, bro. I think that like your thought process is why a lot of relationships don't work, is because of like exactly this. there isn't enough trust. There isn't enough love.
You have no real relationship experience, Tony.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't like when I actually hate when single people say that. How dare you say I don't have a relationship, bro? I can school anybody in relationship advice. I've been in one for almost a decade.
Tony, the fact you think you can school people in a relationship lets me know
Mike,
you don't know shit about relationships.
Are you in a relationship, Mike?
Tony, I'm not in a relationship, and I don't think I can school anybody in a relationship. I'm not that naive.
Mike, have you ever been in a relationship over 5 years?
Tony, you're naive enough to think you understand.
Have you ever been in a relationship over 5 years?
Yeah, what do you mean by
Have you ever been in a relationship over 7 years?
Okay, now you see how he's changing the thing.
Because I've been in over 7 years, Mike, so I know a thing or two about being in a relationship.
Was this your first girlfriend or not?
No, it wasn't.
Who was your girlfriend before that?
We're not gonna talk about that.
That was a high school relationship. Doesn't even fucking matter, Tony.
Oh, now a high school relationship doesn't matter.
Tony, like, bro, Tony, you're naive.
I have 7 years of experience being in a relationship, and I'm naive.
Tony, you think
just because I haven't been cheated on by some bitches, I'm naive.
Tony, you think the reason that I'm saying you're naive is because you think you know it. Tony, you don't know it.
Mike, are you saying I cannot say that I know how to be in a relationship?
Tony, you do not know. You're too naive. You haven't even experienced all phases of a relationship, Tony. You're dating your high school sweetheart.
Mike, I have experienced more phases in a relationship than 95% of people older than me.
Tony.
Older than me.
Tony.
Carl, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Carl, I don't think why do you have to deal with multiple people to know how to be in a relationship?
I'm telling you, Tony, you are saying, here's what I'm telling you. I'm not talking about the one relationship. I'm telling you, you're saying that you understand relationships. You know all relationships now. That's why I'm telling you, just from you saying that.
No, I didn't say I know. See, now you put words in my mouth. I know a thing or two about what being in a relationship is since I've been in one for 7 years. And what I don't like is single people who have failed relationship after failed relationship go, oh, brother, but you actually don't know shit. I think I do, actually.
Dad, I had one serious girlfriend my entire life.
And y'all dated for mad long.
Who I dated for long, who I chose to break up with. And then I chose not to get into any other relationships after that. Now, it's not like I was pre-dating, dating. And you know what I never thought when that whole time I was in that relationship? That I understood other people's to think you understand something.
I never said I understand other people's relationship. I said I know what it is to be in one.
Tony,
and I don't like when single people with failed relationships. Because look.
Prenups, Tony, you were saying people who get prenups, the reason their relationship, you were telling me why people who get prenups, the relationship fails. You were saying that confidently.
A prenup is... If you sign a prenup, it's because you think you're eventually not going to be with that person anymore. And I don't think you should marry, bro. I don't think you should marry anyone who you even have a 0.0001% thought of maybe one day we will not be together anymore.
I'm telling Tony, when you marry somebody, yes, you're marrying that person right there. I'm telling Tony, life changes. People go through things in life that changes who they are. So that person you're in love with, just because you signed a prenup because you're an adult who knows that people change, you're not naive, and you don't think something's going to stay the same, a relationship's going to stay the same. You want to put some barriers in there to, in case things happen, you guys can leave amicably.
But the barrier, but like, that,
I guarantee you,
that's just a safety net.
I guarantee you, people will have a better relationship if they had a prenup before they did the divorce versus people who start fighting. If you don't have a prenup, that divorce is going to be nasty, bro.
Nasty. Like listen, this is what you think. This is what you think when you are gonna marry somebody. Man, this is my wife, this is dope, we're getting married, but I'm gonna make sure that I protect myself because if she divorces me, it's gonna fucking suck.
Tony, do you know anybody who's lost anything from divorce?
I don't know anybody that's been married.
You're okay. You're like, bro, come on. Like, what are we even taking? How are we even taking this?
Oh God! Now
You don't even know anybody
Mark
fucking
gonna talk
married,
some
Tony.
shit. Hey,
That's
Mark called us to put his 8 cents in this.
Let me hear what you got to say.
I sure did, man, because I like these type of relationships. Arguments, man, for real. Look, Mike, you got a point. Tony, you got a point too. But the only thing I call to say is that prenup is not valid on your side, Tony. You do not sign a prenup because you think the relationship is gonna fail. That's crazy.
Then what is a prenup for then?
There you go.
A prenup? That's like, bro. All right, why do you get insurance on anything, Tony?
That's not your wife is not a car. What?
No. But I'm saying, like, why do you get it? You said you only get a prenup because you think it's gonna fail automatically. I'm saying that when you get a prenup, that is not saying it's gonna fail automatically. But in 3 decades, Tony, things could change.
Yes.
That's just a fact.
I disagree. I don't think you should be with somebody if there is for a second, this woman might leave me. I don't think you should get married to that person.
Tony, I feel like I understand what you're saying, but like I don't think you. That's crazy.
He a young blood. He not here.
Try. Thank you for the sub with Prime. I don't think it has anything to do with a young blood. I think that, like, bro, a big reason as why people, like, the divorce rate is higher than it's ever been, and all of this other bullshit is people keep their options open. Like, bro, even people in relationships, they don't seem like they're in relationships because they're like, somebody better could come by. So that's where this whole prenup has really taken off. It's because it's like, what if a better bitch comes by? What if a better dude comes by?
No. That's not what you have to say just because you sign a prenup, bro. Doesn't mean you go try to get a better bitch or she's gonna go try to get a different. It's the fact that anything can happen, bro. You could break up for a billion reasons, and like it's just basically like, hey, bro, if we was to part ways at some point, like. Bro, you know how many people lose so much of their
You know, when me and my girl get married, you know what's gonna make us part ways? Death.
You don't get to choose that, Tony.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
No,
I do.
you don't.
Okay, I'm telling you.
No,
Death.
you don't.
Till death do us part. Till death do us part.
Tony,
I'm
you how you can tell Tony is young. Tony has not been hit by life yet, y'all.
I hate this. Tony hasn't been hit by life yet.
Because Tony, you don't understand that
Mike is saying that
happen
in my
to you.
ear.
You don't understand unpredictable things can happen to you, bro.
But I just think that I really with that. I really how you like, you know, how you are. I really do. But
appreciate it.
But that was crazy. That was a crazy line to say.
Look. This is. Y'all can disagree with me because, like, look. At the end of the day, you can only live your life. Everybody can live their life, and I gotta live mine. And in my life, in my book,
I agree to disagree with you 100%.
Exactly. In my book, I know the thing that's going to like break me and my girl up is the Grim Reaper knocking on my door and being like, Tony, it's time to go. All right, baby. And then guess what? When she goes after if I go first, see you in a little bit because your old ass is coming right behind me. You know what I'm saying? And then guess what? We'll be back together in heaven. Shouts out.
Hey man, and look. I pray it happens that way.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm just saying like a prenup don't got nothing to do with that. It's just a fact. Like a fact is that you don't get to choose. That's a fact. Like you're one person. You're one person of two people. You don't get to choose.
I just feel like you should, bro. I don't think you should doubt your wife. Like I don't think.
I'm not saying that you're doubting your wife. I'm saying that you don't get to choose. That's like
that is doubting your wife.
No,
yes,
it's not.
It's like there could be a million reasons as to why we break up, and
there can be.
And if you know that the reason is not going to be you, then it's going to be your wife. So you doubt her.
Tony, okay. Let me say this, Tony. What if one day this is sound crazy?
This is what my saying. Hold on, let me see.
Hey, I see your point. I ain't going. I'm not even going. I'm not like. I see your point. That's just it. I see your point.
Tony, I got.
Let me see what Mike asked, and then we'll see.
What did he say?
You have a wife. You guys love each other. You're married, right?
Okay, I have a wife. We love each other, and we're married.
Okay? You're married. She has
she has some sort of brain aneurysm or something, she becomes a vegetable.
She has a brain aneurysm. She becomes a vegetable. Mike, you are treading on.
Okay, now
thin
Tony,
ice with this hypothetical now.
My question is,
Tony,
are you gonna stay with her, or are you gonna get divorced?
Am I gonna stay with my wife who had a brain aneurysm and went into a vegetable state? Yes, Mike. Are you
Tony,
insane?
Tony, you're going to spend the rest of you. This happened, Tony. This happened when you were 25, 26. You're going to spend the rest of your life taking care of your vegetable wife.
Mike.
Tony, is that correct?
Yes.
You're going to spend the rest of your life being a full-time nurse.
I'm going to spend the rest of my life taking care of my wife. Are you insane? He's acting like I'm tripping.
I'm sorry, but I'm not even gonna joke.
Look, Mike, that's not what I'm saying. I want y'all to know right now.
Like, bro,
in sickness and in health till death do us part. There's a reason why we say it. And now, Mike, I know why your ass wants a prenup. Because the second your wife gets too much, you're bouncing. That's crazy.
Tony, you think I'm in my 20s. You think I'm going to be taking care of a... That's my...
He said, I'm in my 20s. You think I'm going to be taking care of somebody like that? If you marry them, yeah. What?
That's why I need a prenup, Tony, because that's the type of situation where I'm not built for that.
Look, Mike. Hey, if you can hear me, Mike, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, but like that's not what I thought we like. I'm not on Mike's side. I'm on my own. I just called to say the one thing.
Mark was just like, "Hey, you should get a prenup." Oh, but and Mark, and if your wife gets sick, should you leave her? Whoa, brother, I don't. You lost me on that one.
Everybody right now, man of the year right now.
Like you have to get. I just saying that.
He said everybody man of the year right now.
Ask Mark if you have a son, he's gonna make him get a prenup. Ask Mark if you have a son, he's gonna make him get a prenup.
Y'all funny because y'all are hilarious, bro. For real, bro.
For sure. But all right, I'm gonna finish this stream out. Mike, you're a bad person.
I guess
you're a terrible person.